Okay, now in 13.2, we will learn how to solve the questions based on inverse proportion. And before that, we will learn what is inverse proportion. So, what is inverse proportion? Inverse proportion means, when we are talking about inverse proportion means, if we are comparing two articles or we are comparing two objects, if the one is increasing and the other one is decreasing, or one is decreasing and the other one is increasing, then it will be called in inverse proportion. I'm taking one example. Suppose 5 men can finish a work. 5 men can do a work in 7 days. 5 men can do a work in 7 days. If I reduce men, one man will finish the same work in how many days? More than the 7 days, means 7 into 5. It will take 35 days. If the number of men are increasing, the days are decreasing. If the number of men are decreasing, the days are increasing. That's called inverse proportion. And from where we find out the formula? By unitary method. Suppose I am taking an example. If I calculate it, I will consider it as x1. So this one is your y1. And suppose I am calculating how many men, 10 men or 12 men, in how many days 12 men can finish the same work. In how many days 12 men can finish the same work. So I will take it as x2. So we are finding y2. So if one man alone do the work, he will take 35 days. But if 12 men will do the same work, they will take less time than the one man. So 7, I'm just writing here, 7 into 5 upon 12. So what is 7 here? 7 is y1. What is 5 here? x1. And what about 12? It's x2. So the formula for inverse proportion is x1 y1 is equal to x2 into y2. So this is your inverse proportion formula. Now move on the exercise. We will solve some questions based on inverse proportion from the exercise 13.2. Question number first is, we are calculating, in question number first, 5 situations are given. In first, when we compare the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job, means if the number of workers are increasing, then time will decreasing. Means if the number of workers are increasing, the time will decrease, or if the number of workers are decreasing, the time will increasing. So the first statement is in inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. Now second one, when we go through with the second statement, the time taken for a journey and the distance traveled in uniform speed. The speed is fixed. Suppose the bike is traveling 50 km per hour and it will take 1 hour to complete the journey. So we are not increasing the speed. Speed is same. So means if the biker is driving more than 1 hour, he will cover means more distance. Means that when the distance is increasing, time is also increasing. The second statement is in direct proportion. Direct proportion. Now move on the third one. In third statement, area of cultivated land and the crops harvested. Means if you are growing more wheat or rice or pulses in area, you will cultivate more. Means the more you cultivated, more you harvested. जितना ज़्यादा आप बोएंगे उतना ही ज़्यादा आप काटेंगे। मीन्स क्या होगा, द थर्ड इज ऑल्सो इन डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन। Direct proportion. Next, fourth statement. Time taken for a fixed journey and the speed of the vehicle. Now the speed is decreasing, maybe increasing, but time is fixed. So suppose a biker take 1 hour to complete a journey, and the distance is fixed. Means distance is not increasing or decreasing. Suppose I'm taking one example. A biker is taking 1 hour to complete 40 kilometers. So if he increase the speed of the bike, he will take maybe 50 minutes or maybe 40 or 45 minutes. Means, or if he is decreasing the speed of the bike, he will take more than 1 hour. Means, if the speed is increasing, time is decreasing. If the speed is decreasing, time is increasing. मीन्स एक बढ़ रहा है तो दूसरा आपका घट रहा है, स्पीड बढ़ेगी तो टाइम घटेगा और टाइम बढ़ेगा तो स्पीड घटेगी। मीन्स इट्स इन इनवर्स प्रोपोर्शन। तो फोर्थ वाला आपका पार्ट है वो भी किस में है, इनवर्स में है, इनवर्स प्रोपोर्शन। नाउ द फिफ्थ वन, द लास्ट वन, द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द कंट्री एंड द एरिया ऑफ लैंड पर पर्सन। So I'm taking one simple example. Two persons are living in a room, and after that, one more man is came and living together with them. Means population बढ़ेगी तो आपका एरिया घटता चला जाएगा। तो ये किस में हुआ, one is increasing, other one is decreasing. So it's in inverse proportion again. Inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. So fifth statement is also in inverse proportion. Now move on, question number 2. In a television game show, the prize money of 1 lakh rupees to be divided equally amongst the winners. Complete the following table and find whether the prize money given to the individual winner is directly or inverse proportional to the number of winners. Now when you observe the table, first if number of winner is 1, then he got maybe he or she got 1 lakh rupees. But if the number of winners are increasing, if the number of winners are 2, so the prize is also be divided, means in both the winners, so it will divided by 2, which everyone or each of them is got 50,000 rupees. मीन्स जैसे जैसे आपके विनर बढ़ रहे हैं तो आपका प्राइज मनी भी क्या हो रहा है, घट रहा है, डिवाइड हो रहा है। जैसे जैसे विनर बढ़ते जाएंगे तो हर एक के हिस्से में जो प्राइज आएगा वो कम होगा जो कि पहले वाले से आया था। इसका मतलब क्या होगा कि विनर्स बढ़ रहे हैं और प्राइज घट रहा है। तो द सिचुएशन इज इन इनवर्स प्रोपोर्शन। तो सिचुएशन किस में है, इनवर्स प्रोपोर्शन में है। तो मैं इसका पहले टेबल बना देता हूँ, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2। So the table is given, I'm just finding 1 or 2 part, बाकी आप खुद करेंगे, ठीक है। तो ये टेबल है, फर्स्ट है, इन फर्स्ट पार्ट द नंबर ऑफ विनर्स, so I'm writing winner only, winners, and in second prize in rupees, prize in rupees. So if the number of winner is 1, so how much he or she got the prize? 1 lakh rupees. And if the number of winners are increasing, if they are 2, then the prize is 50,000. Now we are finding what about the number of the prize money distributed in 4 winners, 5 winners, 8 winners, 10 winners and 20 winners. So many parts are there. So I'm just finding 1 or 2 parts. I'm finding 1 part or 2 parts. Suppose I'm taking 4 winners and 5 winners. So means we already know that the given situation is in inverse proportion. So I'm writing inverse proportion. in bracket inverse proportion. The situation is in inverse proportion, so I already write down there कि अब हमें फॉर्मूला जो अप्लाई करना है वो इनवर्स वाला ही अप्लाई करना है, और इनवर्स का फॉर्मूला मैं यही लिख देता हूँ. फॉर्मूला आपका है x1 इंटू y1 x2 इंटू y2. दैट्स योर फॉर्मूला टू फाइंड आउट इनवर्स प्रोपोर्शन. सो x1, व्हाट इज x1? ये आपका x1 है, सपोज इसको हम x1 कंसिडर करते हैं, और ये आपका क्या हो गया y1, देन x2 y2, then x3 y3 and x4 y4. So we are finding y3 and y4. First two column में तो दिया हुआ है, तो हम we are comparing, we are simply putting the value in the formula x1 y1 and x2 y2. So x2 y2 already दिया हुआ, तो हम कंपेयर करेंगे x3 and y3 को. So x1 y1 1 into 1 lakh, the first part 1 into 1 lakh is equal to x2. Instead of x2 I am taking y3 x3, 4 into y3. So we are finding y3 here. So y3 is equal to 1 lakh upon 4, means everyone got rupees 25,000. Now the second part I'm finding here, if the number of winners are 5, so again I'm just changing the value in place of the second part में, जो second जो right side का जो part है उसमें change करेंगे. तो ये तो same रहेगा आपका, और I'm writing here y5 into y3, और इसको मैं उधर लिख देता हूँ 1 into 1 lakh. So what is y3? We are finding y3 here. Sorry, y3 तो already हो गया, तो ये y4 है आपका. इसको y4 करते हैं. y4 is equal to 1 lakh upon 5, means they got 20,000 rupees. Means everyone got 20,000 rupees. So I'm finding the fifth part. If the number of winners are 20, so I'm writing 20 into, I'm taking y5 is equal to, or y6 you can take, y6 and 1 into 1 lakh. So we are finding y6. So y6 is equal to 1 lakh upon 20. So everyone got 5,000 rupees only. Pause the video to note it down, and now move on. Question number 3. Rahman is making a wheel using spokes. You want to fix equal spokes in such a way that the angle between any pair of consecutive spokes are equal. Help him to completing the following table. Now again the table is given, and number of spokes and angle. So I am making the table first. And I am writing here, it's a spokes, number of spokes, I am writing spokes and angle in degree, or angle between them. So in short form I am writing spokes and angle. Now when you observe the table, first two columns are already declared that when the number of spokes are increasing, the angle is decreasing. So the given situation again is in inverse proportion. So we will apply the same formula x1 y1 into is equal to x2 y2. If the number of spokes are increasing, the angle is decreasing, 90 degree and then 60 degree. Now we are finding the rest of the part. So 8, 10 and 12. Rather than उसके बाद भी उसके 2-3 पॉइंट दिए हुए हैं, 2-3 अलग वो दिए हुए हैं. तो पहला तो आपका ये है कि आपको बताना है कि the given situation is in inverse proportion or not. तो पहला तो है कि are the number of spokes and the angle formed between the pair of consecutive spokes in inverse proportion? Yes, they are in inverse proportion. तो पहला तो आपका यही क्लियर हो गया. And then 15 spokes and 40 degree angle. तो ये दो एक्स्ट्रा उसमें कॉलम ऐड हो जाएंगे. आप टेबल को और एक्स्ट्रा थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज करके अपने कॉलम बना लेंगे. तो हम राइटिंग हियर 4 spokes, then the angle is 90 degree, then 6 spokes are there, then angle is, what about the angle? 60 degree. And if the number of spokes are 8, then 10, then 12, and I'm including the last two parts are there when the number of spokes are 15, and in last part we are finding when the angle is given 40 degree. हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो ये आपका x1 y1 x2 y3 x3 y3 x4 y4 x5 y5 x6 y6 एंड x7 y7. तो देख लेते हैं क्या इसके काफ़ी ज़्यादा पार्ट्स हैं. तो वी ऑलरेडी कंफर्म किए इनवर्स प्रोपोर्शन में. तो पहले पार्ट को हम कंपेयर करेंगे. वी आर फाइंडिंग y3. तो 8 इंटू y3 इज इक्वल टू 4 इंटू 90. x1 इंटू y1 x3 इंटू y3. तो आप उसको थोड़ा सा इंटरचेंज करके लिख सकते हैं बिकॉज थोड़ा इजी रहता है कैलकुलेट करने में. तो अब वी आर फाइंडिंग y3 हियर. So y3 is equal to 4 into 90 upon 8. Now when you calculate it, you got 45 degree angle. 4 to the 8 and 90 divided by 2 is 45 degree. Means the angle between each and every spokes is 45 degree. ये आपका पहला पार्ट था, फर्स्ट. Then you can calculate 10 and for 15 and for the last one. So I'm finding for the 15 and the last one. ये आप बाकी दो 10 और 12 के लिए आप खुद करेंगे. तो y4 y6 y5 and y6. तो I'm finding y6. तो यहाँ पे इसको मैं ले लेता हूँ 1 2 3 4. It's a fourth part. So 15 into y6 is equal to 4 into 90. I'm comparing the same value. भाई आप किसी भी एक कॉलम को, इसको ले लो चाहे इसको ले लो, आप किसी को कंपेयर कर सकते हैं. तो y6 we are finding here 4 into 90 upon 15. So when you divide it, 90 divided by 15, 6 and 6 4s are 24. 24 degree answer. Means the angle between every spoke is 24 degree. So I'm finding now the last one, fifth one. Now in that case, we are finding x7. Means we are finding the spokes, angle is given. So again we are comparing x7 into 40 degree is equal to 4 into 90. Now we are finding spokes x7. So x7 is equal to 4 into 90 upon 40 degree. When you calculate it, 4 to 4 cancel and you got 9 spokes. They are angle and this one is your spoke. Means if you try to find out 40 degree angle, then you have to place 9 spokes in the wheel. So this is your question number 3rd. Pause the video to note it down and move on question number 4. Because all the questions are in that particular exercise are inverse proportion. ये तो confirm है कि वो inverse में ही होंगे. Question number 4. In question number 4, we are, a situation is given. If a box of sweet is divided among 24 children and they will get 5 sweets each, how many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? It's very simple and short question. No, that's a sweet, and this one is your children. Sweets are, if the number of children are 24, then they got 5. Each one got 5 sweets. So number of children are 24. Now, if the number of children are reduced by 4, so then if 4 children are reduced, the children will be 20. So we are finding x2 here. What is it? x1 y1 x2 y2. So this one is your x1, this one is your y1, and this one is your y2. So we are finding x2 here. So we are placing the values in the formula. So we are finding x2. So I am writing a 20 into x2 is equal to 5 into 24. But we are finding the value of x2. So x2 is equal to 5 into 24 upon 20. So when you calculate it, you got 6 sweets. Means if the number of children are reduced by 4, then each got 6 sweets. Now, this is the question number 4. Pause the video to note it down. And now I'm just doing question number 5th also. It's very simple question. So question number 5th is here. A farmer has enough food for 20 animals in a cattle for 6 days. 20 animals के लिए 6 days के लिए काफ़ी उसके पास food है. How long would the food last if there are 10 more animal in the castle? Means आपके 10 animal और आ जाएंगे तो फिर वो कितने दिन चलेगा? तो हम बॉक्स बनाएंगे, वापस टेबल बनाएंगे और टेबल बना के हम एक टेबल में लिखेंगे एनिमल्स और दूसरे में लिखेंगे डेज, फूड कितने दिन चलेगा. So now I'm writing here days. In first column I'm writing days, कितने दिन वो चलेगा. And in next one is animals. How many animals are there? Enough food for the animal, 20 animals. So 20 animals are there, then the food will go for 6 days. 6 दिन के लिए राशन है. मान लो if now again the animals are increasing, days are decreasing, बस ज़्यादा एनिमल आएंगे, ज़्यादा राशन खाएंगे तो जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा फूड, है ना. तो क्या होगा, if the number of 10 animals are added, तो टोटल एनिमल कितने हो जाएंगे, 20 plus 10 become 30. So we are finding X2 here. तो जैसे 30 एनिमल्स हो जाएंगे तो वो जो आपका फूड है वो कितने दिन और चलेगा. हाउ लॉन्ग वुड द फूड लास्ट इफ देयर आर 10 मोर एनिमल इन द कैसल. 10 और आ जाएंगे. तो नाउ इट्स इनवर्स प्रोपोर्शन. तो अगेन x1 y1. So we are finding x2 into 30 is equal to 6 into 20. So we are finding x2 here. x2 is equal to 6 into 20 upon 30. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो ये क्या, 0 से 0 कैंसिल और 3 2 या 6, तो 4 days आंसर आएगा आपका. मीन्स इफ द नंबर ऑफ एनिमल्स आर इंक्रीजिंग, इफ दे बिकम 30 इंस्टेड ऑफ 20, तो आपका जो फूड है वो 4 दिन चलेगा. 4 दिन तक उनको खिलाया जा सकता है, उसके बाद द फूड विल बी फिनिश. So this is your question number 5th. Pause the video to note it down and move for question number 6th.